Champions aren't born. They're built in the dark, when no one is watching. Champions don't spend their energy talking about what they will do. They put their energy into doing it. While others are busy explaining why they couldn't, champions are too busy grinding, too focused on building. Day after day, hour after hour, with relentless discipline, they push forward. The true path of the champion is built not on talk, but on action. When the average person finds a reason to quit, the champion finds a reason to adjust, to adapt, to continue. Every time you justify being average, you give defeat a seat at your table. Champions don't give defeat that invitation. Your mouth is not just for speaking, it is a weapon. Every word you say either builds you up or tears you down. Every excuse you let out of your lips is like surrendering before the battle even begins. The very first sign of failure is not defeat itself, but the excuse that comes before it. Champions understand this deeply. They know their words shape their reality, so they do not waste time complaining, blaming, or justifying. They take complete ownership of their outcomes. They refuse to point fingers. They know that nothing moves forward until responsibility is claimed. Excuses are lies disguised as reasons, and every excuse kills your greatness. And when you look for the enemy, it is easy to point outward. You think your coach is too hard, your boss is unfair, your trainer doesn't understand you. But the real enemy is never outside. The real enemy is inconsistency. The opponent you battle every single day is the gap between what you said you would do and what you actually do. Champions know this. That is why they don't blame others. They know that the only thing standing between them and greatness is their own ability to show up, to commit, to repeat excellence daily. So you must decide, will you be the master of your success, or will it remain just out of your reach because you chose comfort over commitment? Understand this. Pain is not a sign to stop. Pain is not the end. Pain is the beginning. The starting line of every champion's true growth appears at the moment when pain arrives. Comfort never creates greatness. It is the battle with discomfort, the clash with resistance that shapes champions. The other side of pain is where victory lives. And while most run from it, champions run into it. They push through it because they know greatness doesn't live in easy conditions. Life will not wait until everything is perfect for you to begin. The conditions will never be flawless. Champions train for the unexpected. They prepare for setbacks before they happen. They know the storm is coming, so they condition themselves to survive in the storm. They make the unknown their training ground. They do not need everything to be comfortable, because they have learned how to be comfortable with discomfort. Pain isn't the end. It's the doorway to everything you've ever wanted. Champions are defined not by talent alone, but by the ability to keep going when everyone else quits. They have faced pain so many times that it no longer scares them, it strengthens them. Consider the boxer. He may be the most skilled technician in the ring, but if he folds the first time he is punched, he will never wear the crown. The same is true for you in life. You can be talented, intelligent, and resourceful, but none of that matters if you collapse at the first sign of struggle. Life will hit you unexpectedly. The question is not if, but when. The real question is, when life delivers that blow, how will you respond? Will you stay down, or will you rise? Success always begins with a decision. It is not something handed to you. It is something you claim. You must decide that you want it, that you are willing to pay the price. The choice comes first, and the commitment follows. Many people want success, but wanting is not enough. The reason most stumble is not because they don't desire it, but because they refuse to fully commit. They want success without sacrifice. But champions understand. Commitment is the bridge between dreams and reality. Sometimes it takes reaching rock bottom before a person finally chooses to commit. Sometimes you have to be broken before you can be rebuilt into what you were meant to be. But know this, greatness already lives within you. You don't need anyone else to give it to you. You simply need to decide to own it. Say it to yourself, I am ready to change my life. I am ready to commit. I will no longer make excuses. I will take full responsibility for my destiny. No one will fight harder for my dream than I will. I will leave nothing undone, nothing unfinished, nothing left on the table. My life, my future, my greatness, this is on me. Champions do not rise by accident. They are built by habits. Success is manufactured daily, not discovered overnight. Champions build routines that demand growth. They push themselves past the limits of comfort and refuse to quit, no matter how they feel. They are obsessed with the process, consumed with passion, laser-focused, and fueled by relentless work ethic. For them, consistency is non-negotiable. Their greatness is not conditional on mood or circumstance. They bring energy, discipline, and drive into every single room they step into. People are moved not by what they say, but by how they live. Their example speaks louder than their words. Champions hold themselves to a standard that others cannot understand. Pain, defeat, rejection, none of these things break them. They understand that failure is not an option, because failure only exists if you stop trying. They master the basics when others overlook them. They do the small things well because they know the small things create the foundation for big victories. They don't search for shortcuts because shortcuts build weakness. They cut out distractions ruthlessly. They live ready, so when opportunity arrives, they do not have to prepare. They are already prepared. For champions, there is no off-season. The off-season is the season. Success is not part-time. It is not something you pursue when it's convenient. It is full-time, all the time, in every area: sports, business, relationships, and life. Every day is a test. Every moment is a chance to rise. At the end of the day, the battle is always the same: you versus you. The question remains, how badly do you want it? Pain isn't the end. It's the doorway to everything you've ever wanted. So stop talking. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. Let your grind speak for you. Let your work ethic be the signature that introduces you before you even open your mouth. A true champion is not known by what he says he will do, but by what he has already done when no one was watching. This is the way of the champion: to live relentless, to work with discipline, to endure pain, to master the basics, to commit fully, to accept no excuses, and to give glory to the one who gave them breath in the first place. A true champion knows that every victory is a gift, and every ounce of strength is borrowed. Blessed and unstoppable. To God be the glory.